All right. Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 223. I'm going to shut off my video because it's showing low internet, and we'll continue from here. Tact. And yes, I know you're wondering, 223 is a prime number. All right. When we're talking about tact here, we're talking about when others enjoy what you don't. And social media is a great platform for you to demonstrate that you're not a dick. Let them enjoy what they like. You don't need to attack it. You don't need to question it. And if you don't have an opinion or only have a negative opinion, maybe just scroll on by. You don't need to say anything. Also, it's nice to know that maybe you're not an expert in everything. And that's a hard realization once you hit a certain age. You do have an opinion on everything, but sometimes you don't need to share it. Where it comes back to your brand and what kind of brand are you trying to put out there for your fans? Excuse me. As they say, don't be a moon-faced thief of joy. If somebody is enjoying something, let them enjoy it and enjoy it with them. Try that. That's a great life lesson in how to live and how to be part of the moment with someone else. If they like a movie that you don't like, that's cool. Especially if you're posting about, hey, here's a movie, and I think this was a little bit off. I enjoyed it, though. And somebody comes back with and argues with you about it. That's fine. Let them have their arguments. You don't need to tell them why they're wrong in something that they like, because they like your books, right? Yeah, argue about that. Now, what somebody likes is going to be unique for every single individual out there. There are people who like black licorice, for Pete's sake. Oh my God, can you imagine? And that's cool. Let them like it. That's fine. If you don't like it, that's fine too. Empathy is a hard thing to get, because imagine if you're allergic to something. My sister's grossly allergic to dill, of all things, dill, and it makes her sick like almost instantly. It's now. And I can't imagine that, because I like dill. I put dill on fish when I bake it. I like dill pickles. But empathy is understanding that don't have it around if she's visiting, and don't put it on stuff. I understand that. So it doesn't matter that I like dill. She's allergic to it. Okay, great. That's fine. Let's not have potato salad. Who puts potato salad? Well, I do, except when my sister's around. Then you don't. And then it's dull potato salad. And yes, there's jibes and stuff, but empathy. I do understand where she's coming from, and that goes with books. That goes with movies. One of the hardest things I do is with my reader group. I'll share movies. Hey, here's something I like, and people won't like that, or people will like a movie that's completely opposite and that I don't like. This is where you need to avoid a passive-aggressive reply like, oh, it's good that you enjoy your little movie. Don't denigrate what people like. It's, hey, that's good. I'll consider that. Or that's a different look at this. Using different terms that aren't aggressive, that aren't demeaning, that aren't going to denigrate the person, without saying that, hey, I'm glad you like it. I like it too. If that's not the truth, because it'll come out. If you're trying to make believe you're something you're not. And that's part of tact, is recognize what the other person has a certain opinion, a certain position. You don't need to attack it. You don't need to argue it. Is that the hill you're going to die on, arguing over a movie, whether you like it or not? Is Star Wars better than Star Trek? I mean, people get into knockdown, drag fights over that. And really, is that the hill you're willing to die on? I suggest that answer is no. You need to have more important things that you're willing to fight over, and you don't have to fight over everything. And this is part of the tact that you, as an author, with your brand, and sometimes that part of the brand for the author and for their series, and that's okay. Recognize that. And I know one guy he's like in constant fights, but that's part of the brand, and that sells his books. He's only looking for a certain target demographic and target readership, and he gets that with it. And he's not that way at all. That's a fake persona. So this is one thing where somebody uses that kind of aggression to his favor as part of a marketing campaign. So understand where that's coming from. Understand that you don't have to fight with everybody. Understand that fighting sometimes will lead to a loss in sales. And unless it's very calculated, it will rarely lead you to an increase in sales. It's okay not to say anything. That's not like you're not taking a position. It's not like you're you're trying to persuade somebody. It's okay to ignore a position that doesn't match yours, especially if you can't empathize and get in the other person's shoes. All right, that's enough on tact. You understand, you get it. You've been on the receiving end of it and didn't like it, so don't do it to others. All right, everybody. Peace, fellow humans.